This segment of the news is brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell. This is your news across Nevada. Rare coins, gold, jewelry, and diamond rings are just some of the hidden treasures in the State Treasurer's Office's second annual online auction of unclaimed property. The auction, held through TNTauctions.com, opened Monday, February 13th at 9 a.m. and closes Wednesday, February 22nd at 1 p.m. This year's auction lots include collectible U.S. and foreign currency and coins, pearl necklaces, postage stamps, sporting trading cards, and much more. The items up for bid come from abandoned safe deposit boxes, the contents of which, after a 3-year dormancy period, must be turned over to Nevada's Unclaimed Property Division. Once delivered, the property is held for a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 2 years and advertised in newspapers around the state prior to being eligible for auction. For more information on the state's Unclaimed Property Division, visit nevadatreasurer.gov. A proposal was introduced Monday in the Nevada legislature to nearly double the state's minimum wage to $15 per hour. Assembly Bill 175 is the more aggressive of two minimum wage bills introduced so far during the 2017 session. Minimum wage is $7.25 per hour if an employer offers health insurance and $8.25 per hour if no insurance is offered. The measure would raise the minimum wage by $1.25 per hour per year until it reaches $15 by 2022 if an employer does not offer health insurance, or $14 per hour if insurance is offered. Shed antler hunting is a great hobby that gets families out into Nevada's vast expanses during late winter and early spring. But those who wish to hunt sheds have a duty to do it responsibly and legally in order to minimize stress on winter weekend wildlife and avoid impacts on habitat. Some people might not realize that elk and mule deer shed their antlers in the winter months, and many of the members of the sporting and non-sporting public alike head out to the winter ranges where animals concentrate to collect shed antlers for a wide variety of uses. Prior to this winter, it had been several years since Nevada's wildlife had experienced extreme winter conditions, and this year's badly needed precipitation has come at a price. Animals are more vulnerable to stress than they have been in several years due to the increased energy expenditures associated with staying warm, moving through deep snow, and searching for food. Shed hunting is a lot of fun, and if people do it carefully and on foot, it can have little or no impact to wildlife and habitat. Every year there are instances of improper shed collecting, and in a year like this, responsible shed hunting can make a difference for many winter-stressed animals. Advocacy groups are calling for Nevada state prisons to scale back on using periods of solitary confinement and to limit it to cases involving security concerns. An American Civil Liberties Union study released Monday also calls for improving conditions in solitary confinement and removing mentally ill inmates from segregated housing. The ACLU was joined in the study by the groups Solitary Watch and Nevada Disability Advocacy and Law Center. They say prison officials failed to properly study the use of segregation as required by the 2013 state legislature. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
Tapping our news, Snapchat is getting ready for Wall Street. In a securities filing, the mobile app company says it expects its IPO price to be between $14 and $16. At that price, Snapchat could end up being valued around $22 billion. The initial public offering is expected to be the largest ever for a Los Angeles firm. Company executives and bankers are now holding discussions with potential investors to gauge interest in the future of that 6-year-old company. President Trump has named a new Labor Secretary nominee. It's Alexander Acosta. He's a former Justice Department official and dean of Florida International University. One controversy, there are allegations as U.S. attorney he cut a sweet deal for a billionaire investor accused of illegal relationships with young women. Trump wines are seeing some smooth sales. Reports say Trump wine sales more than doubled between 2015 and 2016.
And Valley Electric Association's Ken Johnson talks about Valley Communications' upcoming services.
Well, we're hoping to have the telephone service available before the end of April. There's still some legal and regulatory issues we're working through, but we've got the demo working here, so it shouldn't be a big deal. As far as the television, we did file our state franchise so that we're allowed to offer cable TV. but we have a lot of technical details to work through. We have to go through all the programming contracts. So we're expecting that maybe mid-summer before that'll be available.
All right, for more information, you can find Valley Electric Association on the web or give a call.
Sure, you can call Valley Electric, ask for me, Ken Johnson, and we'll give you the best answers we have.
And that number is 727-5312. The Pahrump Valley Rotary has some new signage along the highway. Ryan Muccio explains.
Rotary, we just recently completed our sign project on Highway 160. We have to thank Ron Murphy. He donated his property to allow us to put the signs up. Rotary has a kind of a mantra that we live by, and it's what we call the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And is it beneficial to all concerned? And so that's something that we say at our meeting every week. It's something that we hold true. And so we put those signs out. It's kind of a Burma Shave style campaign. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with that back in the day, how they put signs with kind of one word on each sign. But that's out there now, and we're really excited about that. Hopefully it'll raise some awareness in the community about what we're about and what we stand for.
All right, more information on Rotary?
pvrotaryclub.com, or go to Facebook, Pahrump Valley Rotary Club, and check us out.
We're going to tell you about an event happening this weekend after the break.